All right. Hello, it's Joshua again. And I am making this video to talk about Matthew 5 and the Sermon on the Mount. And we're going to pray over this video. In the name of Yahweh, of Jehovah, and his only begotten Son, Yahshua HaMashiach. Thank you, hallowed Heavenly Father, for all that you've done and all that you're doing. For your infinitely kind and merciful, majestic, matchless ways. I ask that you bless the work of my hands so that I may only say what is in your word and do not add to it, and only literally teach that what it is that you call me to teach, that I know that I'm a servant and a slave to your will, and that in that you get the glory and the honor by using me, which would be to most of foolish things, to be able to let your light be before all men. In the name of Yahweh, of Jehovah, and Yahshua HaMashiach, who are kind, loving, merciful, holy above all, worthy above all, saving, loving, just, merciful, and kind above all. It is finished, it is finished. So, the Sermon on the Mount is really important because it's one of Yeshua HaMashiach's most well-known sermons, and it details many important teachings about what it is truly important to Yahweh, and it goes for matters of the heart rather than the outward actions, because sin proceeds from the heart of a man before it gets brought forth inside the world. So in this sermon, he tries to allow people to see that we need to attack the evil sin in our heart first and cut it off there before it starts to manifest in the world and starts to hurt people. We end up hurting people when we let sin in our heart manifest in our actions by keep on pondering and thinking about certain things and allowing these things to overtake our mind and cause us to do wicked and evil things. So I'll just go through quickly and try to explain some things. So first off in the sermon, he starts off with, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of the Most High. Blessed are those who've been persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are all people when they persecute you and revile you and say all kinds of evil things falsely on account of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before me." So when we break this down, the first thing he starts off with is saying you are blessed if you're poor in spirit. Because when you're poor in spirit, you know that you need him. Blessed for those who mourn concerning their life, concerning the things of the earth, to Yahweh. Blessed are the meek. Meek are, from what I heard from a teaching, meek is someone who is more humble and quiet and reserved, right? The meek, the people that are not gunning to have all this control and be known and be seen, they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, those who want to hear the word of the Lord, those who want to be able to get closer to him, those who want to have a relationship. Those people are blessed, for they shall be satisfied. He will satisfy them according to their hunger and their thirst to be poured in by him. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy. When you show mercy to a person, that person may do you wrong. It has nothing to do about what they do to you. But Yahweh will see how you've shown mercy, and he will show you mercy. So even if people on this earth are not being kind or not being fair to you, when you show mercy, he sees that, and he loves the fact that you're not using whatever bad situation you have to cause a burden onto another person, which is revenge, which is sinful. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh. When you're pure in heart, I feel like that comes with the emptying of wanting things of this world. Because people who are pure in heart, when I think of someone who's pure in heart, I think of a child like that doesn't really know too much and is excited to enjoy the world. So when I see pure in heart, I see those who are excited to hear the word of the Lord. You know, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of the Most High. When you go out of your way to make peace instead of making strife, instead of making hate, instead of making destruction, instead of causing forth ill things to come upon people, you are better off. It says, I believe in the book of Proverbs, people who run to do evil, those people are cursed. Because for you to make peace in a world that's filled with strife and hate, that is you choosing to, number one, at times the peace may not even be like uh something that has to do with you. But let's just say there's a situation with your friends and you try to make peace in that situation and cause them to turn to the Lord instead of turning it towards each other. You're making a situation or planting seeds that he's giving you to lead them closer to him and lead them to forgiveness instead of adding on logs to the flame to cause an issue to happen that is bigger than the issue at hand. For you to go out of your way to cause strife is evil and wicked and sinful, but for you to cause peace in a situation gives calmness, and it takes away the need to hold people in contempt of court in each other's hearts and leading them into unforgiveness. You will be called a son of the Most High if you do that. Blessed are those who have been persecuted for the sake of the righteousness, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. People who preach the truth, more often than not, are going to be met with some sort of spirit of evil and antichrist and demonic spirits that come based on you speaking the actual truth, because the gospel is offensive and it's going to make people feel bad. It's meant to cut you. The world is a double-edged sword. It cuts all the way through tissue, the bone and marrow, all the way into the soul. When you read this, you shouldn't be able to read this, live in sin, and feel okay, because you'll realize that the almighty creator of the universe is essentially saying that without him, you are lost, and you started off lost, and the way that you live is disgusting and abominable to me. That will cause you to either draw near to him and recognize your place as the dust that he breathed life into, and that you need him and his only begotten son as the only means that you may be saved, or you'll draw away. And if you draw away, when people are speaking that truth, you'll feel convicted and you'll try to get them. People who are living in the world in sin, they're going to try to get you. They want you to look like them because this cuts them like it cut you. Except for when it cut you, you went to the person who can go heal that cut, while they just stayed and let it bleed out, and they grew bitter and never got their wounds healed. Now I'm going to add these two together. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely on account of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. All throughout the scripture, all the prophets have faced some sort of adversity. Elijah with the prophets of Baal. Isaiah, I heard, from what I heard, he was drowned in mud. Jeremiah, Micah, all of these guys, they were basically, after a point when it came down to it, people got sick of hearing the truth, and they went out of their way to be a burden onto these people on top of the calling that the Lord has. And it's not a burden in the sense that there's no reward in it, because there's things that are burdensome that have a reward in it. It's burdensome to work a job that requires a lot of energy out of you, but if it's able to provide for you and your family, then it's worth it. It's burdensome to go to the gym and exercise because the weights get heavy and you get tired. But if you continually do so, you'll be healthy. Preaching the word of the Lord, depending on who you are, it can be heavier or lighter. You may have an assignment where you got to talk to one person. You may got an assignment where you got to go in front of 450 demon worshipers and say, let's see who really serve the Most High Lord. That would be, you're gonna make it through because he got you and he told you to go there, but that's a heavy burden to carry because that's a lot of weight. He's gonna be with you carrying that burden, but you will have to feel that. And it's not like it's a bad weight. Sometimes weight is good because a lot of people, they're not putting enough pressure on themselves. The Lord is gonna make you be uncomfortable. He needs you in an uncomfortable place so you can grow, and I feel like that's important for everyone to know. And I'll go back. Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely on account of me. People blaspheme the Lord. People talk crazy about Christians. People lie. People steal. People do anything at all when they see believers who are false or real. Because where there is light, the darkness wants to combat that to keep and dim the light down. So no matter what, if you're truly walking this out, people will say things, people will talk about you, people will persecute you, and people will hate you. It's going to be every single person. Not in this very day, maybe not tomorrow. Depending on where you are in the world, yes. Very much so. It'll feel like every single person you encounter hates you. Every single person has all things to say about you and behind your back and always wants to down you. But greater is he than who is in us than he who is in the world. So I don't want to go too long with this. So I'm going to make sure to at least get to, half of Matthew 5. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt shall lose its flavor, how shall it be salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown and trampled under the foot by men. If we lose our fire from the Lord, then we're useless in the sense that every single time we go out, we have no flavor, we have no word, we have no prayer life, we have no worshiping as an act of service, not just you raising your hands and singing, but worship is the acts of service that you do outside of that. Worship is when, instead of doing something that is sinful, you do something that he would like, and righteousness pouring onto out through your life through you submitting unto him as a slave and a servant to as well. Once you lose your flavor, once salt loses its flavor, the salt is pointless. There's no point of salt if it loses its flavor. We are pointless if we lose him. If we do not have his taste, his flavor on us, we're useless for nothing. We just get stepped on. You are the light of the world. A city on a hilltop cannot be hidden. Neither do people put a lamp under a basket. Instead, they put it on a lampstand so it gives light to all the house. In the same way, let your light shine before all men so they may see the good works and glorify your Father in heaven. I want to read that one all over again. You are the light of the world. Believers, We are the light of the world because we are truly submitted to Him, submitted to Yahweh and Yahshua HaMashiach. His light shines through us. A city on a hilltop cannot be hidden. He calls us light. He calls us the city that's on the high, the city that people look at. The cities on the hilltops, usually those are nicer cities. Those have the biggest buildings. Those have the most interesting infrastructure because the cities were built on a place that's high up. So the people who built them made sure to put good things there. He's calling us, the dust of the earth, the people who he chose, the people who were sinners, light, a city on a hilltop. He says, neither do people light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they put it on a lampstand so it gives light to all the house. He said people don't turn on the light to hide that light. They let their light be shown. They let the light go into a place that's high so it can light up the whole entire room. In the same way, let your light shine before all men so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. When you're allowing Him to work through you, allowing Him to do what it is He called you to do through you, walking it with you, teaching you, guiding you, pushing you in the same, and towards His light and toward His ways, and towards His will. People will see Him. People will see Him if you let them. If you're a true believer, this is not for false believers. This is for true believers. True believers. A true believer, you know what a true believer will do? He gives you some money. He he gives you breath, like he gives you time in the day. And you give the money to somebody, not looking for nothing. You just give it to them. You know they need it. Bam, here, that's you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, thank Him. That's it. That's it. Oh, I need a ride. Boom. Let your light shine. Thank you for picking me up. Nah. See, in the past, I was selfish. Nah, it was the Spirit of the Lord and then share your faith. Can you help me with this? If He leads you to do it, okay, yeah. But thank you for helping me. Like, nah, Yahweh put it in my heart. The Holy Spirit led me to help you. Do you know about the gospel? Let your light shine before all men, so that they may glorify your Father in heaven. If He gives you the opportunity to shine your light before people, give Him all the glory and the honor, because people will now think in their minds something new, because people have preconceived connotations of Christians, just like they have of people who are in Islam, just like they have of people who are in Buddhism, and they expect certain actions. Most people right now have no faith in Christians if they're unbelievers. They don't see us as nothing, a lot of them. But if you do that and you point to Him, they're going to have a different opinion on Him. A lot of people hate Yahweh because the people who serve Him don't look like Him. We don't have no light in us because the people who are claiming Him are not true believers. Let your light shine before all men. Let them see Him. You were created for Him, not Him were created for you. We're beings made in His image. When we step out of His will, we can't shine forth His light. Do good deeds not to be seen, so that He may be seen, and then lead them to Him, so that they may grow to have the light that you have, and shine their light before all people, so that we may all be brothers and sisters in the kingdom. Because you don't know what you're going to do that's going to affect someone's life, and it's really important that whenever you're given the opportunity to do so, that you choose to put Him first. And I promise you, He will bless it. You just got to allow Him to work. Let your light shine before all men. You're blessed if you're poor in spirit. You're blessed if you're mourn. You're blessed if you're meek. You're blessed if you hunger and thirst for righteousness. You're blessed if you're merciful to those who don't even really deserve it. Blessed are you if you're pure in heart. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are those who have been persecuted for righteousness' sake. And blessed are those who truly preach and believe this truth and live it out. Even when you're persecuted for the name of Yeshua HaMashiach / Jesus Christ. You are blessed when people would say that you're not. I want you to remember that he calls you light. And if you're a fellow believer, I see the light in you as well, and the imago Dei that he put on you. And I pray that you let that light shine before all men so that people could be drawn to the Father, especially in these last days. Yahweh loves you, and Yeshua HaMashiach loves you. Most High bless you guys. Be safe.